We begin with the breaking news from Florida, where Donald Trump is attending a critical hearing in his case involving classified documents found at Mar-a-Lago, a hearing that could determine whether this trial will start in May or get delayed, pushing it potentially closer to the election. Let's bring in MSNBC's Yasmin Vossoughian outside the courthouse there in Fort Pierce. Also with us, MSNBC legal correspondent Lisa Rubin and former federal prosecutor Christy Greenberg. Yasmin, start us off. This hearing just about to get going. What's happening there right now, and what do we expect to learn today?
The former president entering the building behind me just about 30 minutes or so with his motorcade, Anna. And you mentioned it. This is really just about the date of the trial. I'm dealing with some motions as well, filed specifically by the former president's attorneys, along with the juror questionnaire. Let's talk about the date first. Right now, we're looking at May 20th, but Aileen Cannon has already indicated that's going to get pushed back because the degree to which the discovery for the former president's attorneys. The proposed date so far by Jack Smith specifically was July 8th. By Donald Trump's attorneys was August 12th. But quite frankly, they said they want this thing to happen after the election. There were some overlaps when it comes to the juror questionnaires that were submitted by both sides of this thing. But we really want to focus here on the date that may come out of this hearing today. And whether or not there's going to be any collaboration between Judge Aileen Cannon and the other judges in the other cases and trials in which the former president is facing. We know there was some collaboration, obviously, between Judge Juan Merchan when it came to choosing March 25th as the date for the hush money trial. He had collaboration at the time with Judge Chutkan in choosing that date. We now know, obviously, the D.C. trial is pushed back because of the immunity decision by the Supreme Court to hear that case on April 22nd, or to hear the issue of immunity on April 22nd. So the question is whether or not Aileen Cannon is going to be speaking with other judges, A, and B, whether or not she's going to say, hey, listen, we have to wait for this decision to come from the Supreme Court before we can declare a date and postpone this thing indefinitely. Either way, I think the thinking is, and I think Lisa can back me up on this date will be pushed from May 20th, but hopefully we'll get an answer on that later on today.